We receive miracle. Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to Faith in the Morning. Something good is going to happen to you today, so expect miracles. Thank you for joining me today. Faith in the Morning exists to help you start your day with faith and encouragement. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you always get the new content as soon as it is loaded on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Faith Plus or on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much once again for joining us today. And thank you for all those who have ordered your copy of Jesus, Son of Rahab, which is available on Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and Amazon at fccga.com. I hope that you're enjoying it as you read through it. I believe that God is speaking to you. You're seeing your life in a fresh way and you're getting ready to go into the new year with hope. So go with me to Romans chapter 12, verse 6 through 8. Last week and this week, we've been talking about how God has given us giftings, abilities, talents, and graces, that we all have gifts and anointings and abilities. There's not one of us who doesn't have a gift. There's not one of us who doesn't have a talent. There's not one of us who doesn't have an ability. God has given you abilities. God has given you talents. God has given you giftings. And it's your job to use them. As we talked about last week, it's your job to develop them. It's your job to increase them. It's your job to put them in service. And one of the things you'll see, we'll emphasize a little bit more this week, but especially next year, it's so important that you do what God has called you to do and use the gifts He's given you. Romans chapter 12, verse 6. We'll start with the New Living Translation. It says, in His grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. So if God has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out with as much faith as God has given you. If your gift is serving others, serve them well. If you are a teacher, teach well. If your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging. If it is giving, give generously. If God has given you leadership ability, take the responsibility seriously. And if you have the gift for showing kindness to others, do it gladly. You know, one of the things we see in this different exhortations and instructions and command here in this few verses of Romans 12, whatever gift God has given you, you need to use it. You need to do it well. Use the gift well. Do what God has called you to well. You know, one of the things it tells us in Colossians that when we work, we shouldn't work like we're working for others, but we should work like we're working for Jesus. How much more should we work for Jesus when He's the one who gave us these wonderful gifts? You have a gift. You have a calling. You have an ability. You know, we talked about this when we showed the clip from the Wisdom of Dominion, you know, this week and last week. And if you listen, you'll find that full message on the Faith Plus app. That there are times we'll go through seasons where it seems like a random season, like I'm not sure why it's here. It's not really connected to my purpose or my call, but there's something in that season God will have you learn. It could be something small, could be something big, something unexpected, but in that season, you'll learn what you need to learn for the next phase of what God has called you to do. So don't think that your gifts don't matter because you seem to be in a random season or random job or random career. Be faithful where God has placed you. Stay open to the leading of the Spirit, and whatever you do, do it well and use the gifts God has given you. You might say, well, I'm working a job and my gift's not really being used. What do you do in your free time? Well, how do you volunteer? How do you serve? Take that gift you have and put it in practice. Find a way to hone that gift. Find a way to practice that gift. You might say, well, I don't even know how to practice or hone it. To find how to develop and study along those lines. There's so many different things you can do to grow your gift, and it's important that you do so. Have a wonderful day. Know that something good is going to happen to you, so expect miracles. God bless.